Taking a look at the news for today, and geez, I would have thought that this would have been front page news literally everywhere. You had a whole host of Democratic congressmen and women sitting down in the street protesting, and then they were perp walked out, just like this video details. Like, you got a whole bunch of other activists there as well, and I mean, oh, that's probably why, because, oh, no, I'm throwing the fist up in the air. Also just goes to show you how seriously this shit's being taken. Yeah, no, total publicity stunt, once again, by AOC. Right, you know what, hey. And you know what's weird about her dress as well? She wasn't wearing a dress or anything like that. I guess she kind of learned from her previous mistake. But no big juicy Latina booty in that picture right there. It's just tough to see. But AOC fakes being handcuffed after arrest at abortion rights protest. What rights are those? You baby killing protests? Is that what we're going for? You just want the ability to just snuff out a human life? Oh, but it hasn't made its way out of the vagina, therefore it's not a real human being. Cool, great, wonderful, fantastic. So anything that broaches that nappy dugout you want to consider dead? Or is that maybe just saying a little bit more about what your potential suitors in the future can come to expect? Far left representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez was roundly mocked on social media Tuesday. Yeah, that's where I seen this shit go down. After she put her arms behind her back to imitate being handcuffed following her arrest. Really? Was it arrest? I doubt it. Again, this would have been it just spun into oblivion by every activist outlet out there. Okay, all of mass media would have been covering this if she was arrested, but like you can see here, this dude, well, he's got her by the elbow there. You know what, he's not really taking this shit all that seriously. Okay, he's just casually walking her to, I don't know, the grass or something, or just over to that fat bastard there. Or for the photojournalists and the news cameras to just get a better shot because they're just off screen right there. But I don't even know what the fuck they're protesting about at this point. They say abortion rights, but those aren't a thing. The Bronx and Queens Democratic lawmaker was gently escorted away by Capitol police officers. Hey man, big ups to AOC, because at least these police officers didn't have to open up any doors to allow those protesters to get in anywhere. But regardless, along with fellow city representative Carolyn Maloney. All right, is that the ugly one? Oh, okay, yeah. Not to say that Clydesdale is anything to really look at. Before raising her fist for supporters watching from the sidewalk. Yeah, no, exactly. If she's being a real, true representative of the people of New York City, shouldn't she be, get your hands off me, don't you touch me? Wouldn't that be just a little bit more accurate? I'm just wondering. The clip spread like wildfire, and conservative commentators were quick to chime in. Yeah, and everybody else, okay, I'm sure even some of the people that were there was like, wow, that's needlessly dramatic. But she wasn't the only one, if we're going to be completely fair on this one. AOC pretended to be in handcuffs while she was escorted away from the Supreme Court. The official account for the conservative paper, the Washington Free Beacon, tweeted, yeah, no, how else can you interpret that, really? You're walking. I've never once, okay, seen her walk with her arms crossed behind her back. I do that from a time or two, but I also don't walk with my wrists like this. I walk like this if I am to be pretentious, or stand in front of the microphone stand like that for any amount of time. It's like I like to switch it up from a time or two. Otherwise, I'll gesticulate like some of those other Italians that she might potentially represent in New York. Anyways, oh my gosh, AOC faking handcuffs, wrote Republican commentator Matt Whitlock. This is too much. Too much hilarity, honestly. Let's be completely honest, okay? Capitol Police must have put invisible handcuffs on AOC. No. It was some of those invisible zip ties that were recovered during the January 6th insurrection. But blocking a street in front of the Supreme Court isn't? Oh, okay, cool. I get it. I understand. But at least there were active members of Congress there that were used as demonstrators. So, If we're weighing up both of these things on a balance of the evidence, one seems a little bit more legitimate than the other. Just saying, after all. You guys, AOC is such a victim. that she has to pretend that a big, mean policeman put her in handcuffs. She probably also thinks she wants to date her too. Yeah, said conservative columnist Tim Young. Yeah, no, exactly. That'll be the next assertion. Okay, oh my God, can you believe that guy who's just completely looking away, being like, this fucking overdramatic bitch? Yeah, no, if he came out and said anything about this, of course, and everybody who's taking her picture, oh, you just want to date me. Why the fuck are you wearing like a 3/4 length dress or a overcoat rather, and all fucking black? Like, Christ on ice, it's the fucking middle of July and it's probably hot as a motherfucker. You can see some of those unfuckable whales in the background. They're keeping it light and free. AOC is such an expert at getting attention and narrative building that she pretended to be handcuffed just so she could have this image on social media, just like she pretended she was in the Capitol on January 6th too. But yeah, and those inconvenient things called facts came out that she was actually across the street and well away from anything that could have potentially happened to her, like nothing that actually did happen that day. But anyways, there are no handcuffs on her. Lumofo tweeted businessman Jason Howerton. Yes, people who have better things to do than to just look at these activists who are, I don't know, just pandering to their fucking base. Like, take a look at how well attended this demonstration was. Like, it is and it isn't, right? Because there's an awful lot of police presence there, like a fucking ton. Okay, it's right in front of the Supreme Court building, of course, but there were just so many different congressmen and women. All of the squad was down there. You can see Rashida Tlaib's fucking dumpy ass there, and at least she's wearing runners. I don't know what AOC's running. I don't really want to stare at her fucking hooves, feet. Then you have Anthony Weiner, or I don't know who the fuck that is. Okay, somebody with shit taste and ties. Andy Levine. Oh, okay, Andy Levin, whatever. Note the handcuff pose, abandoned only to raise a fist in the air. The queen of gestures. I don't know if Brit Hume, he's talking about Andy or not, or Rashida Tlaib, or Ilhan Omar. I don't know why she's protesting, okay? Given her proclivities, incest is still a carve-out when it comes to most of these abortions anyway, so I don't know why she's so mad. According to Capitol Police, 35 people, including 17 members of Congress. So, okay, there was only 18 fucking protesters that actually turned up, okay? Again, that just goes to show you, and this happened in D-fucking-C, okay? A place that has like a 95% Democratic base. You can only get 18 fucking civilians to turn up to this. And I would take a guess that probably most of the people that were there, that were amongst the non-representatives, probably had ties to those fucking Democratic lawmakers as well. Let's keep it a buck. No, were arrested, none of whom are expected to face serious charges. And again, if they were actually arrested, okay, they would have been taken away in one of the many police vehicles, okay? There wouldn't have been such a vast media presence, okay? There wouldn't be high-quality photographs of all of them just looking so happy to be there, all right? And the fact that they got escorted behind the police line to give their stock answers to the media that were just all too ready, willing, and able to do the interviews. This was just such an obvious press outing. Christ almighty. I don't know why they didn't get some Patriot Front guys to turn up to just really turn this into a big shindig, okay? But I guess feds must be planning something somewhere else. Following their arrests, what are the charges anyways? Like, I haven't seen anything on that, nor do I really care. Once there, police asked representatives for their IDs in order to process them before some officers posed for photos with them. Yeah, no. Very serious, they're taking this. One Capitol Police officer was seen telling the members that water was on the way as they relaxed. Yep, no. This is why you can't take any of this fucking shit seriously. Okay? Can't take them seriously, and you just got to continue to mock their outlandish displays, because they're just going to get wilder and wilder, okay? And like it shows there, 17 members of Congress. Let's run all this shit down, okay? You got Rashida Tlaib, Jackie Speier of California, Ilhan Omar, Ayanna Pressley of Massachusetts, Andy Levin of Michigan, Barbara Lee of California, Cori Bush, ugh, God, where was that fucking chungus? I didn't see her. Catherine Clark of Connecticut, Nydia Velasquez of New York, Jan Schakowsky of Illinois, Madeline Dean of Pennsylvania, and Sarah Jacobs of California. Take a look at that. What? California, Massachusetts, one from Massachusetts, okay, Michigan a couple times over, and New York, okay. This is incredibly indicative as to why the Democratic Party is failing in all of the fucking polls, okay. Not to mention the fact that, you know, how many women are there, but just saying, California, New York, the Northeast, and the West Coast. That's it. The rest of the people don't give a fuck. Okay, Michigan, you take a look at their trajectory, and yeah, no, that fucking makes sense as well, okay? This is the branch of the Democratic Party that thinks that they're going to be inheriting the party once the old guard just absolutely fucking croaks, because they're but months away from that happening, okay? And here's their leader. She wasn't at the protest today, but she was making several stupid statements as well, okay? Because there really is, okay? There's two different branches of the Democratic Party, okay, and we've seen that on full display for a very long time, okay. You got the progressive wing that is led by Kamala Harris, and then you got the establishment types with your Bidens, your Nancy Pelosi's, okay, Chuck Schumer's, your Gavin Newsom's, okay? Because Gavin Newsom and Kamala Harris, they are the butting of the heads. They are the two different wings that are out there, okay? Funnily enough, they both have roots in San Francisco, which again just goes to show you where the Democratic Party gets all of their fucking ideas, because that's their future, right? Because for some stunned reason, okay, they think that their blue chip prospect is that fucking Patrick Bateman looking motherfucker out there in California. I don't know who would vote for him, because he still is, I don't know, fighting this losing battle by writing all of his love notes over to get Ron DeSantis in Florida. That fucking weirdo, but... Oh no, he was seen pictured in the White House recently. Yeah, no, exactly, because everybody knows the clock is ticking when it comes to Biden, okay? And then replacing Biden with Harris... Ooh, buddy, if you think that Biden's numbers were bad, remember, she couldn't even get a single fucking percentage in the... Democratic presidential primaries, okay? She's not popular within her own party. Most of these fucking assholes, outside of with the media, they couldn't draw a stick figure of a woman, let alone a crowd that they don't pay for or have properly covered by the media, okay? Nobody likes these fuckers. The Democratic Party has a purpose, okay? Its current state or its current trajectory notwithstanding, okay? You need the yin to the yang, okay? And not Andrew Yang. Fuck that guy. They're just taking all the more salacious bits of history. Oh, well, the only way that we can make change is if we start to get aggressive, is that we cause a disruption. Unless, of course, you're Alex Stein being funny about it, okay? And these people wouldn't have a funny bone in their body if Richard Pryor fucked them. But no, they probably seen some documentary or was told about it that, oh yes, when lawmakers finally take the law into their own hands and they go out there and they cause good trouble, that's when change gets enacted. Yeah, no, exactly. And like it just shows here, okay, that Jennifer Schutt with the State Newsroom reported, adding that Dean, okay, that is whatever her fucking name is, Harriet Dean there, not the one that said the N-word, said that they were charged with crowding, obstructing, and incommoding, whatever, and need to pay a $50 fine. Yeah, okay. They're never going to pay any fines. All of these charges are going to be dropped if they're even going to be fucking filed to begin with, okay? And as you can see, they were all just, yeah, illusorily arrested, or rather just escorted to the media pen so everybody could ask all of their pertinent questions and look like giving a fucking rotten banana or some shit like that. Let's see what their queen's on about. Kamala Harris compares abortion bans to chattel slavery. Oh boy, this is going to be insightful. Claiming ownership over human bodies. Yeah, no, exactly. That makes sense. Cool. Yeah, but what about the life you're killing? Just asking. Vice President Kamala Harris on Monday compared the supporters of abortion restriction to those who enslaved black people. Well, a Democrat recognizes other Democrats, I understand. We know, NAACP, that our country has a history of claiming ownership over human bodies. Harris said to the audience, applauded, of course, because they had the fucking sign there, and I'm sure it sounded something like... Because we all know how well these things are attended. But again, this is an NAACP event that she might just be speaking at, so maybe it would have a better attendance. Just saying. And today, extremist so-called leaders are criminalizing doctors and punishing women for making healthcare decisions for themselves. Harris made her comments during a speech to the annual NAACP convention in Atlantic City, New Jersey. How cool. Where you can find many wonderful sex workers just off the stroll, fucking right near the boardwalk there. I'm sure, yeah. She's sticking up for them. I understand. The blithering idiot also claimed that religious Americans could support abortions. Oh, really? Cool. And that the government should not be involved in the decision of an innocent life in the womb. Yeah, no, exactly. We're for the support of all American citizens. It's just the women get to decide when the human becomes a human. Cool. Not science, okay? So we shouldn't believe science? Oh, okay, cool. Again, that just overloads their NPC programming when you start to do all that stuff. It's important to know. I won't do that anymore. Sorry about that. That to support a woman's ability, not her not her government. Oh, so now you want the government to get out of the shit? I understand. But her to make the decision does not require anyone to abandon their faith or their beliefs. Yeah, if you just say it, it's true, okay? It just requires us to agree that the government should be making that decision for her. No. Why you being so transphobic here? I don't see any inclusive language, stupid. Harris warned that Republican states were limiting abortion, were also trying to pass election integrity laws. Oh, okay, cool. Well, it's still, okay, and I think that this is still on the books everywhere. Babies can't vote. Okay, but babies support the Democratic Party, so I understand. They're passing laws, the same laws that ban drop boxes and restrict early voting. Undemocratic laws, un-American laws. Yeah, what's wrong with that? Okay, and again, when the Constitution was written, the one that you swore an oath to uphold against enemies, both foreign and domestic, you like to throw that out there, especially when it comes to those show trials for January 6th. It was always envisioned that Election Day was going to be one singular day, not election month, not election whenever you fucking feel like it, okay? Drop it off. Late, early, on time, it really doesn't much matter. Whatever you feel like it, and whatever your ancestors felt like it as well, or whenever former residents of that former house, you know what, hey, whatever they feel like, as long as you can just drop off a ballot, we'll make sure that it's counted, because we don't want to have any undemocratic laws. We don't want to disenfranchise some voters. Harris urged the NAACP to work towards electing 2 more Democratic senators to the United States Senate so that Biden could move forward on breaking the filibuster to make abortion rights federally illegal. Good fucking luck. Again, what a stupid analogy, okay? We care about all human lives, okay? Banning abortion is like basically slavery. Oh, okay, cool. But again, you're advocating for literally having, okay, government co-sign killing off kids. It doesn't really make a lot of sense if you just do a cursory amount of investigation. But again, that's more than she's ever done with literally anything in her fucking life, okay? Because she learned all of her politics, like I was saying before, in San Francisco, okay? Well, she just kind of overheard some conversations that Willie Brown, her, mentor, had with much more successful, much more influential people, and she only remembers a couple of different things because obviously the auditory nature of those discussions, yeah, they got a little obfuscated from underneath the table. With all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.